trực
was
tiếp
His Holiness Sakyakuma
Đức
Trichin Rinpoche.
Sakyakuma
So
Trichin
we are
Rinpoche.
very
Chúng
fortunate
ta
to
rất là
have
may mắn ngày hôm nay
had the empowerment
đã nhận được
for
phán
one.
đảnh. Như vậy,
Now, so
bây
I
giờ
have been asked to do
tôi đã
the
được thỉnh đầu
lung, which is the
khẩu
oral
truyền
transmission of the sadhana,
nghi quỹ
and the tea, which is the
và
teaching on the
thi,
sadhana
tức là
practice.
giảng cách thức thực hành nghi quỹ.
This makes the whole
Điều này sẽ
empowerment
tạo ra
more
sự quán đảnh
comprehensive, because the
rất là
purpose
toàn
of
diện, bởi vì mục
receiving
đích
the
của
empowerment
việc thọ nhận
is
quán
so
đảnh
that
này
you
là
do
để
a minimum
chúng ta có thể
recitation of the
trì tụng,
mantra
minh chú
and honoring
và
the medicine Buddha as
tán
your
thán
Yidam.
Đức Phật Dược Sư như là bổn tôn của chúng ta,
And Buddha Dharma is
và
our deity,
Pháp,
really. Buddha Dharma
Phật Dược
is the
Sư
real deity,
là
and Buddha
bổn tôn
Dharma
của
is
chúng
the
ta,
real medicine.
và giáo pháp chính là
Vajrayana
thuốc của chúng ta,
skillfully
và Kim
have
Cương
used
Thừa
the medicine Buddha
sử dụng
Sutra
minh tin chú của Đức Phật Dược
as
Sư.
the sutra itself is a
Bản thân kinh
discourse. The
Dược Sư
discourse is the teaching.
được xem
So teaching
như
is the
là một giáo
actual
pháp
deity.
về một bổn tôn thực sự.
But a sutra doesn't have eyes, ears, and
Nhưng
nose,
mà
and
kinh thì
hands.
không có mắt, có tai,
But
có
the
mũi,
sutra
có
itself
tay. Nhưng mà
become
kinh
artistically depicted in the form of
miêu
a
tả
deity, the
bổn tôn
medicine, healing
cách rất là nghệ
medicine
thuật,
Buddha Sutra
miêu tả Đức Phật ở trong các kinh điển,
can be visualized and
và chúng ta
meditated
có thể quán
in the
tưởng,
form
quán
of deity,
bổn
either
tôn,
self-generated or
và chúng ta
friend-generated.
tự quán tưởng phát khởi bản thân chúng ta trở thành bổn tôn.
That form of practice
Và
is
trong cái
called
hình thức thực
sadhana.
hành như vậy thì chúng ta gọi là nghi quỹ.
I'm going to read
Và
the
bây giờ
oral
thầy sẽ
transmission
khẩu
of the
truyền
sadhana
kỹ
written by Jamyang Khuyentse
do
Wangpo.
Ngài Jamyang
So
Khuyentse
that's the first one, and
Rinpoche
then I'll
soạn
explain
tác.
the contents, structure,
Trước
the
tiên là
meaning,
thầy sẽ
application
hướng dẫn
of
cấu
the
trúc, nội
sadhana
dung
and the
và
medicine
cách
Buddha
ứng dụng cái nghi
teaching
quỹ
into everyday
của
life.
Phật Dược Sư trong cuộc sống hàng ngày của chúng ta.
So first I'll
Và
do
trước
the
tiên,
lung, which
thầy
is
sẽ
the
khẩu truyền,
excuse me, reading
thầy
transmission
xin lỗi,
of the
thầy sẽ
sadhana.
tụng khẩu truyền cái nghi quỹ này.
Namo Arya Laya Gedan Ludan de Jenge Drugon Dadami Genan Da Roa Gunji Dana Jesu Tamje Gedo Dagi Chudan Do Mele Gomde Shindu Duva Pende Nyulam Shiva Juzo Namanguru Be Shanzaran Zaya Dermele Gomde Dordu Tsuji Nyam Zulem Brande Be Sanje Don Soje Sonala Chan Soji Gyabzun Le Zon Da Zimje Damje Dewa Da So Tseme Je Gong Omusuma Washido Sarwa Da Masuma Washido Domengana Benana De Raze Honye Veji Denel Sundu Danyi Chumne Minjala Dundo Tenga Jaji Janyen Ba Chayem Chaya Chojin Chajin Arura Yunbe Nyam Shadu Zilong Zena Tsembe Pamba Chogun Namzo So Shamnyi Dojo Jiro Jiro Yezu Jeden Yede Yezu Jeze Nidra Nanje Nidra Nanje Da Nidema Chayon Nime Tsembe Bemana Yundu Dadra Nanje Kondoga Chayon Dawa Tsembe Bemanze Niga Yepe Gyapchin Chajan Zen Dadarinje Jenzo Zo La Ndibe Tsuji Bende Den La Shin Zonggo Sumye Nesun Ruzon Tse Tela Wadu Choju Zabjam Jawa Gwen Sanje Wajom De Minje Lama Nambaru Dunje Namgar Benza Saman Za Zaomba Oranla Ni Metim Tuganda De Honda Ngandela Wadu Pajo Rudi Rugun Dimye Jan Seje Jevu Tuje Chinaku Tsundu Da Yushin Li La Baraju Dadia Da Ombe Shaje Beshaje Ma Beshaje Raja Samunga Da Soa Shechinu Da Dona Sungri Jan Da Tarada Jeji Shiban Dunje Namgar Chuan La Ombe Shandara Sabare Vare Argam Soji Chu Duje Kunlanim Jumden Senda Duengen Dunga Sat Tuzan Nesa Sanji Benila Benju La Chazalo Jumden Men Tiji Badamza Yandabo Zoba Sanji Menjela Datan Taya Samja Damjela Choton Tumung Uru Zadu She Dujin Zoadobe Omben Zamo Shizu Son Kordan Den Udujin Ranlate Rangi Nesum Do Omangi Tsambla Samla Gevandi Nyudo Da Sanji Melan Dujin So Ngom Cha Nyemba Che Na Chudan Zangra La Nebe Song Tung Bumcha Ji Kagong Dan Che Banda Tunzazu chajo gidu kareza mendo chechung jinu jidra nuba labra jawa sheba wa nyenguledo mando tebe jarawa manjungo ge jarawa te rowa gun pende gyurgyuje mangalam. So that's the oral transmission, the lung of the sadhana by Jamyang Khuyentse Wangpo. That is to be found in the fifth volume of the collection of sadhanas, in the page 159 and 159 and 160. So it's just a two-sided folio like this and that. So now I'm going to give a short teaching on the medicine Buddha sadhana. First, we have to know what is medicine Buddha and what is sadhana, generally speaking. Medicine Buddha is really quintessentially the teachings of the Buddha, which propagates how to heal our outer, inner, and secret injuries caused physically, emotionally, and spiritually. We are so battered and injured due to greed, hatred, and ignorance. We are so injured and all have lots of physical and emotional medical conditions. And all of you no doubt have medical records, which means suffering records. And all of these injuries are never intended. Never wanted, but yet we just have them so much. So sentient beings are inevitably going to die from one of these 420 diseases, no matter what medicine they have. So death is inevitable, and aging and sickness may cause them. But that a lot depends to our individual karma. So when one of the disciples, when many monks who got very ill in Sravasti, it's in Vaishali, and Manjushri requested Shakyamuni Buddha if there was any healing remedy to help the monks so that they deal with the illnesses and heal themselves. And then Buddha taught the Medicine Buddha Sutra. So Medicine Buddha practice initially began as a discourse. And in the discourse it talks about the various vows of the medicine Buddha practitioner and how one may cure oneself. So Buddha taught the Medicine Buddha Sutra and recommended his disciples to use it to heal their karma and their illnesses. And so that was a sutra, Medicine Buddha Sutra, probably in Southeast Asia, where the practice of Yaosupo, Medicine Buddha in China and maybe Japan, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, and we know in Singapore and Malaysia there's a practice of devotion to Medicine Buddha is enormously widespread, I know. But whether they have, but they don't seem to have the tradition of receiving empowerment or transmission, lung, or sadhana, but they really wanted to recite the name of Medicine Buddha. In Tibetan Buddhism, ever since when it began in early 8th century, when Shantarakshita, who's known as Bodhisattva, Shantarakshita promulgated Dharma, came to Tibet at the request of King Chisom Detsen. His son, the prince, royal prince, got very, very ill and suffered enormously to the brink of death. And King was so devastated by these circumstances, and then requested Shantarakshita if there were any remedy
làm bất
to,
cứ một cái giải pháp gì
to heal
để giúp
and
đỡ
cure his
chữa lành
son's
cho
ill
con trai của
health.
mình.
Then, of course,
Và sau đó thì tất nhiên
Shantarakshita
Ngài
gave
Tịch Hộ
the Medicine
đã
Buddha Sutra,
ban
and
cái bản kinh
said
Dược
he
sư
also gave the empowerment.
và ban quán đảnh.
So there must be a tradition
Như vậy là có
that
một cái truyền thống
predates Shantarakshita
trước đó
to give the empowerment.
Ngài
But
Tịch
we
Hộ
don't
đã
see
ban quán
anything
đảnh.
in written record.
Nhưng mà chúng ta lại không tìm được các cái bản
Nevertheless,
văn ghi
we
lại
know
sự
the
kiện
sutra
này.
existed. The
Do
Buddha
vậy chúng ta
himself
biết
taught
là
in
bản kinh
Vaishali.
này
So
đã
that's
được
like,
Đức
say,
Phật
at least
được Đức Phật
1,200 years
nói
before
ở
Shantarakshita came
Vaishali.
to Tibet.
Và sau
Buddha
đó thì mới được truyền đến
said
Tây
has
Tạng.
taught the Medicine Buddha Sutra. So that link connection between
Như
the
vậy là có
Medicine
một cái
Buddha
sự kết
Sutra
nối giữa
and
kinh Phật Dược
Medicine
sư
Buddha
và Phật
Sadhana.
Dược sư, nghi thức Phật
Anyway,
Dược sư.
as a result of
Nói tóm lại
Shantarakshita
là
giving this
Ngài Tịch Hộ đã
Medicine
ban cái
Buddha
giáo pháp
and
về
its
Phật Dược sư
mantra and
kia
practice to
và
King
việc thực
Trisong
hành
Detsen and all
nghi
royal
quỹ
family,
tới gia đình
and
hoàng
all
gia của
royal
vua
family
Trisong Detsen
eagerly practice
và
his
gia đình hoàng
Medicine
gia
Buddha,
đã thực hành Phật Dược
observe
sư.
very strict vegetarianism. It says the Medicine Buddha practice
Việc thực hành Phật Dược sư
should be done with great care, so that during that time you should keep very hygienic and observe all the Kriya Tantra requirement. One of those is observing vegetarianism. So in Tibetan tradition, the observing vegetarian is very rare, like a star during the day. But anyone who do practice Medicine Buddha seriously as a ritual or ceremony, puja, what they do for the sake of someone who's sick, they usually observe vegetarian on the day when they do the ritual. Anyway, so King Trisong Detsen propagated the practice of Medicine Buddha on the 7th day of every lunar month. As a result of his son being fully recovered by practicing Medicine Buddha by the royal family, then King Trisong Detsen instituted the Medicine Buddha monthly practice within the royal family. So hence, in the Medicine Buddha lineage guru, that is also to be found in the sadhana. You will see the early masters are all it came to Tibet through Shantarakshita, and then through Shantarakshita gave to King Trisong Detsen, Trisong Detsen to his royal prince, and so on. So it came at least 12 generations. It was all held as a lay householder Buddhist royal family practice. Tibetan royal family practiced this, and then later on it spread into the larger community. And of course, Medicine Buddha practice and Tibetan medicine in general are very closely connected. So that's a little background. So, in order to maximize the benefit of healing, but first is we prevent the cause of getting hurt. If you are not healthy or you are suffering from some illnesses, either physical illnesses or emotional injuries or spiritual kind of transgressions, these kind of injuries can greatly deplete our morale and cause a lot of hindrances. So they need to be cured and allayed through the Medicine Buddha practice. Medicine Buddha Sutra is very detailed explanation what are the benefits of reciting Medicine Buddha Sutra and the mantra and dharani. And sadhana is Medicine Buddha sadhana is a facilitated practice of how to use the mantra and the meditation of Medicine Buddha dharani, and in order to maximize the benefit of experiencing cure from the illnesses mantras. Not only that, the medicine Buddha mantra should be recited in the ears of the about to die person or recently dead person, and also should be recited anytime. There's lots of incredible list of merits are mentioned in reciting the medicine Buddha mantra with or without sadhana. So that's for those people who are not able to do the medicine Buddha sadhana. You can just commit to murmur the recitation of the mantra periodically or particular days or times. When your mind and your thoughts, your feelings, your sufferings around your life, you should resort to recite these mantras that will pacify your inner sorrows, physical injuries, quicken the pace of the recovery from illnesses, and also people who are on daily medication. You shouldn't just swallow the pills or pop the pills just like that, but one should take the pills in one's hand and do a few mantras of the medicine Buddha, and then take the medicine graciously as a gift of many kind, generous, hard-working men and women, doctors, nurses, philanthropists, and many researchers, many educators, and our kind parents. So therefore we should take the medicine as their love, their compassion, and blessings of Buddha, and they recite the mantra, and not just to cure your illnesses, but to that may all the sickness there is in the world are purified by my taking this medicine for them. So with such attitude you can simplify the medicine Buddha sadhana by merely reciting mantra a few times and before you swallow the pills each day. And so this is just a short instruction. Those people can't do the sadhana, okay? But those who can do the sadhana, then this is the briefest sadhana written by Jamyang Khuyentse Wangpo called Rapid Path of Benefit and Joy. So I'm going to go over this. Here the title of the medicine Buddha, as I mentioned, is called the meditation and recitation, which is a very brief, rapid path to benefit and joy. When Tibetan use the word benefit and joy, benefit is more like a mundane, and joy or bliss is more like a super mundane. So, of course, we can be, if we are free of physical illness, we think it's great, good. But it's even better if we don't have any mental kind of injuries. Lots of people look physically fit and well. They have no medical, but internally they are really bruised with hate and ill will and judgment and anger and all of that. So this is a practice how not to be affected by any of the external illnesses or inner injuries. So the rapid path means how to quickly reach to the shore, reach to the state where you are no longer battered with those injuries, physically and emotionally. So it means recovery from illnesses. And the Namo Guru Vaishyaja Rajaya is the author, Jamyang Khuyentse Wangpo the Great, is paying salutation, paying homage to the Guru Vaishyaja Rajaya. Means Vaishyaja Rajaya, Vaishyaja means king, healing king, or medicine Buddha. Vaishyaja is the Sanskrit word. People, Tibetans often pronounce it Bekanze, but they always mistakenly recite the mantra a number of wrong ways. So Vaishyaja is the right word. Rajaya, means Raja means king, Ya means to. Homage to the Guru, healing
Guru là
king
đạo sư,
of
tức là
medicine.
Baisage là
So that's
chữa
the
lành.
paying
Tức là
homage
chúng
to
ta
medicine Buddha.
kính ngưỡng
Jamyang
đến Đức
Khuyentse
Phật Dược
Wangpo
sư,
and every
vị vua của
author
chữa
pays
lành, bậc đạo
homage
sư chữa lành. Tức là
at
cái
the
câu
beginning
Nam Mô
of
Guru
any
Baisage
writing,
Rajasa
like the
là con
sadhana.
xin bày tỏ cái lòng kính ngưỡng quy y đến đạo sư,
And he
vua
says
của sự
those
chữa
who
lành, tức
wish
là
to
Phật Dược
do
sư.
this brief practice
Và chúng ta thực hành cái nghi quy ngắn
medicine
gọn
Buddha
này bằng nghi
should
quy Phật
first
Dược
of
sư.
all
Trước
do
tiên,
the refuge
chúng ta
and
quy
generation
y
of
và
bodhicitta.
phát khởi Bồ Đề Tâm.
So therefore you do
Trước
the
tiên,
refuge
chúng ta quy y Tam Bảo.
in refuge in the triple gem,
Chúng
and
ta
the
quy y
Buddha,
Tam Bảo,
Dhamma,
Phật
Sangha
Pháp và Tăng
are
Bảo.
the true refuge, and
Đó
the
là
refuge
những
should
đối
not
tượng
be
quy y thật sự của
mistaken
chúng
to
ta.
lineages
Và
and schools and
chúng ta không
traditions.
bị
So
lạc lối bởi những
refuge
cái
is
trường
in
phái,
the
những
three
cái dòng
gems,
truyền
Buddha
thừa,
gem,
mà chúng ta
Dhamma
quy
gem,
y
and
đến
Sangha
Phật Bảo,
gem.
Pháp
Buddha is
Bảo và Tăng
incredibly
Bảo
rare
thắng.
for his time to come, or even if he came, those who have the good merit to meet is very, very rare. If you look at the number of
Nếu mà chúng
people
ta xem tới
who
con số
genuinely
con người
have
ở trên
Buddha
thế giới
Dharma
này,
in their
những
life
người mà
is
biết
very
được Phật
few
Pháp trong cuộc
in the
sống của
world
chúng ta thì cuộc
population
sống
wise.
của họ thì rất là ít.
Generally, number of
Nói
people
chung
who are in
là
the
số lượng
spiritual
người
path is a
đi theo con đường
minority.
tâm linh.
Majority people are walking off the
Phần
spiritual
lớn
path
mọi người thì đều không
and
đi theo
into
con
the
đường tâm linh
materialism,
và đi theo con đường vật chất.
and in the name of modern science,
Và
people are
theo
dropping their
cái
faith
ngôn
and
ngữ
beliefs.
của khoa
And
học hiện tại là mọi người từ bỏ cái niềm
those
tin tâm
people
linh của
believe
mình.
majority are believers
Và
in
phần
some
lớn
kind of
chúng sinh
external
thì
savior or creator.
tin vào những cái bậc
So many people follow
sáng
that
chế,
kind
bậc
of
sáng thế, bậc cứu hộ.
Judeo-Christian religious things. But among the people who follow
Mà
Buddhism is
những
very
người mà
few.
đi theo
Even
Phật Pháp
few among
thì
few are
càng
the
ít hơn.
Buddhists, Why? Because to
Tại sao
be
như
able
vậy?
to meet
Bởi
the
vì
Buddha
có
is a
thể
gem.
gặp được
Buddha is so
giáo pháp của Đức
real
Phật
precious.
như là
But
Pháp
those
Bảo,
who
Phật Bảo
discover the Buddha
thì
and
thực
his
sự là ít.
teaching
Là chúng ta
as a
khám phá
gem
Đức
is
Phật và
even
giáo pháp của Đức Phật
rarer like the
thì
gem.
càng ít hơn, thì
So
giống
if
như là càng là
if
những
you have
thứ
the
chân
good
quý
karma
hơn.
and merit to
Nhờ cái
find
nghiệp của
yourself
chúng ta và
attracted
nhờ
to
công đức của
Dharma
chúng ta
and
mà chúng
take
ta được
refuge
thu
in
hút
the
bởi
true
giáo
Buddha,
pháp
Dharma
và
and
chúng ta
Sangha,
quy
that's
y
the
Phật
true
Bảo, Pháp Bảo
refuge
và Tăng Bảo
object.
thắng.
So
Đó
in
thực
the
sự
Buddha,
là đối
Dharma,
tượng quy y đúng
Sangha,
đắn. Là Phật
that's
Pháp,
the
Tăng.
refuge object,
Đó là
So
đối tượng
refuge,
quy y.
purpose of the
Và mục đích
medicine,
của
Buddha
quy y,
mantra and
mục đích
sadhana
của
isn't for
nghi
you
quy
to
y
recover
và
from
ghi chú
illness.
của
The
Phật Dược sư
purpose
là
is
để
to
khôi phục
take
khỏi ốm
refuge
đau
in the
bệnh tật.
triple gem, learn
Và
to
chúng ta
turn to
quy y,
Dharma. That's the
chúng
real
ta quy y
medicine.
Phật Pháp Tăng, chúng
People
ta
are often not turning
nương
to
tựa vào
Dharma
Pháp.
when they have problems.
Mọi
They
người thường
learn
chỉ
to
nương tựa vào
drama.
Phật Pháp
They
ngay
learn
khi
to
mà họ có vấn đề.
reaction. They learn to judgment. They learn to resentment. And
trong cuộc sống
that's
thì
not
họ-
refuge. Even you go to temple, burn some joss
khi
sticks,
mà chúng ta đi đến
do
chùa,
some
chúng ta
prayers
đốt
every
hương,
day.
chúng ta cầu nguyện
That's
hàng
just
ngày.
a culture of
Nhưng
Buddhism.
mà chúng ta
The
chỉ,
real
đó
Dharma
chỉ
is
là cái văn
turn
hóa Phật giáo
to
thôi.
triple gem.
Còn cái Phật giáo thật
Turn
sự
to
là chúng
Buddha.
ta phải nương
Remember
tựa vào
his
Phật
Buddha's
Pháp Tăng.
very
Chúng ta phải
succinct
ghi nhớ Đức
teachings.
Phật. Chúng ta
Do
ghi nhớ
not
giáo pháp của Đức
harm
Phật.
any living beings.
Chúng ta
Do
không làm
whatever
hại
way
bất
to
cứ chúng
help
sinh
them.
nào. Và chúng ta phải giúp đỡ
Purify
mọi
your
chúng sinh.
mind.
Chúng
And
ta
this,
tịnh hóa tâm thức của
so
mình.
most people aren't
phần
able
lớn
to
mọi người
turn to
đều
triple
có thể
gem very easily
hướng tới
because
Tam Bảo
gem
rất
is
dễ
so
dàng.
rare.
Bởi vì là
And
những
non-gem
cái
like
rất là hiếm.
reaction, punitive measure, judgment, anger is so easy.
Cái việc mà chúng ta có những cái phản ứng tiêu cực thì thật là rất là dễ dàng.
compassion,
Nhưng mà cái hành
tolerance,
động từ bi,
forgiveness
hành động
is
tử
a
tế,
real
hành
gem.
động yêu thương, hành động
So
tha thứ,
when we
thực
say
sự
take
là
refuge
những
in the
cái
triple
thứ
gem,
rất là quý giá.
which means we really need to revalidate each time. There may be
Mỗi một
6
ngày,
times
mỗi
each
một-
day we
có
should
thể là tận 6
revalidate
ngày
the
một ngày.
refuge
Chúng
in
ta
the
cần
triple
phải
gem
làm
as a
củng
Buddhist.
cố cái sự quy y của chúng ta
And the
đối với Tam
Mahayana
Bảo.
and Vajrayana Sadhana
Đặc biệt
practitioners
là
are
cái
doing a
người hành
number
giả mà thực hành Phật giáo
of
đại thừa,
prayers
Phật giáo
and
tăng thừa.
whether you do lengthy prayers or not,
Dù
if you
chúng ta
remember
thực
the
hành các
quality
cái
of
nghi
triple
dài
gem, even
hay
for
là
a
nghi
split of
ngắn,
a second,
trước tiên là
it
chúng
will
ta cần
just
phải ghi
it will
nhớ
make
đến
your
cái
mind
phẩm tính của
turn
Đức
to the
Phật.
right direction
Và chúng
and
ta
not
khiến
go
cái tâm
into
của chúng ta
the
đi theo
dark
con đường
way.
đúng đắn, không đi theo
So
con đường
take
xấu, con
refuge
đường
in the
tối.
Buddha, Dhamma,
Trước tiên là
Sangha
chúng ta quy y Phật Pháp
until
Tăng.
essence of
Cho đến
enlightenment
khi
reach.
mà
So
chúng
this
ta
is
đạt
very
được sự giác
Mahayana.
ngộ.
Mahayana
Thì đó chính
is
là Phật giáo
Mahayana
đại
from the
thừa.
point of a number of
Mahayana là đại
reasons.
thừa.
One of that is the duration
Đấy là cái khoảng thời
for
gian
your practice to
cho thực hành
Dharma.
của
It's
Phật
not
pháp của
just
chúng
until
ta.
you get
Không
well
phải
or
chỉ
until you do
khi
some
mà chúng ta khỏe
until
mạnh lên,
a
khỏi
sense of
bệnh, cho đến
enlightenment
tận
reach.
khi
That's the
mà
Mahayana of
chúng ta
duration.
đạt được tinh túy của sự giác ngộ thì đấy chính là
Mahayana
Phật giáo
of
đại thừa.
of aspiration, Mahayana of skillful method, Mahayana of number of for the sake of whose sake you practice, you're practicing this for the sake of all sentient beings. So when you go over the sadhana at the refuge, I take refuge in enlightenment, by virtue of giving and the like, may I reach Buddhahood to aid all beings. So you're doing this for the sake of all sentient beings. That's a real Mahayana refuge. Okay? Just doing for oneself to be able to get well or have a higher rebirth next time, that's really not Mahayana. That's a Pure Land Buddhism or something. I don't know whether the Pure Land Buddhism is a real school or not. It's just a pathetically desperate act to try to secure a place in some pure realms when you haven't created any good karma and merit. So real Buddhist refuge is refuge in the Triple Gem, not just for oneself, not just for this life, and so that's to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient. That's the Mahayana refuge. So when you take refuge with this intention in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, the three objects of refuge, and I take refuge. I and all sentient beings are those who go for refuge. Till enlightenment is a duration. And then, by virtue of giving and the like is the whatever merit that will accrue from your daily commitment, daily practice, such as generosity, tolerance. Or formal practice of Dharma is also giving, but mostly it's doing things for other sentient beings. Whatever you do, whether you just teach them some basic things, or show someone who lost his way. Whatever you do, these are all small but very good acts of kindness. So these are giving, and the like means merit, such as generosity, self-discipline, and all the other 6 perfections. So these are this short 4-line prayer is written by Atisha, the great Atisha Dipankara. Atisha Dipankara. His name is actually Dipankara. Atisha is not really his name. It was a title. Atisha means incomparable one. In Tibetan we call Nyame. Nyame means incomparable one. Atisha in Sanskrit means incomparable one. That's not his name. His name is Dipankara, the Bengali, the modern Bangladeshi. He's from modern Bangladesh. The Tibetans have great reason to remember the great Indians, but when we say Indians, that also includes Bangladesh, because Bangladesh produced many Buddhist scholars, particularly Vajrayana masters. In those days, they didn't distinguish India and Bangladesh. So this 4-line refuge prayer and bodhicitta is by Atisha. By virtue of giving and the like is generation of bodhicitta. May I reach Buddhahood to aid all beings. So that's a generation of taking refuge and generation of bodhicitta. And all Buddhist deity yoga must have refuge in the Triple Gem. Deity yoga exists in many other Indian and religious practices, but those who take refuge in the Triple Gem are only Buddhist. So that's the refuge. So you must always have the refuge 3 times, and then you recite the 4 immeasurable prayers. May all beings have happiness and cause of happiness. That's immeasurable joy, immeasurable loving kindness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. That's immeasurable compassion. May they be free from suffering. May they know, apart from happiness that knows no suffering, is the immeasurable joyfulness. And then may they dwell in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion of those near and far, is immeasurable equanimity. So you need to recite the prayer of this 4 immeasurable also 3 times, and you need to say these words and feel them with good intention, good attention, and good retention of these 2. So the sadhana shouldn't be merely sort of reading something. You should do the reading and feel from your heart, know from your cognitive conscious awareness, feel from your heart. So with this in mind, you need to recite both the refuge prayer and 4 immeasurables. bodhicitta and for immeasurables. So that's the preliminary of the sadhana. Preliminary means the preparation. And then you recite the mantra Om Swabhava Shuddho Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddho Aham, which is reciting to say that all phenomena are by nature pure. Om Swabhava means by nature. Shuddha means pure. Pure means light or emptiness. They're not tainted by I and me or mine. All phenomena are pure light. Like light, you can't say this is my, or sky, space in the space, you can't say this is me or this is mine. They are just pure, selfless, infinite, pure space, you know. So Swabhava Shuddha means by nature pure, means they are all empty of inherent existence. Sarva Dharma Swabhava, so means all phenomena are by nature Shuddho Aham. I too, just like all phenomena are pure, I too am empty. So the meditator, you as a practitioner should meditate on the emptiness of self and emptiness of thinking I'm my body, because every time you think I'm my body, I want my body to do this way, you're already making yourself sicker and sicker. So the whole idea is how to empty yourself of self, mistakenly identifying aggregates, body as self, feeling as mine, and these things are not so filthy, so impure, so ashuddha, so impure. So Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddha Aham means as all phenomena by nature pure and empty, I too am by nature pure and empty. So not merely saying this, you should instantly visualize yourself psychophysically dissolve into emptiness. Remember, you are not you, you're not your name, you're not your nationality, you're not your achievement, you're not your success, you're not your failure, you're not what people call you. You're not anything really, you're just pure light. You know, don't you want a pure light? Sometimes we wish we were not us, that's good. In Vajrayana, you just recite the mantra. This mantra every now and then you should recite or reflect on this and then empty the problem from grasping to it and me or mine. So that's the mantra of emptiness. This is called accumulation of wisdom. If you accumulate wisdom of emptiness, then you can really recover from illness very quickly. Because if you're grasping to your body and joints or organs as me or mine, I'm worried about this, or I'm worried about my teeth or left lung or knee, if you start worrying, you're actually making yourself sicker. You're not them. These are just different kind of bits and pieces that are part of the whole psychophysical person. Anyway, so that's the idea, is to meditate on emptiness. This accumulation of wisdom by meditating on emptiness and accumulation merit by doing refuge, bodhicitta and for measurable constitute what we call true accumulation. Accumulation merit and accumulation wisdom. If you have these two accumulations, then you can remedy the true obscurations and attain the true kayas. So the obscurations are afflictive obscuration and cognitive obscuration. So accumulation merit and accumulation wisdom respectively remedy these two and create causes to attain Rupakaya and Dharmakaya. So meditating on the emptiness is Dharmakaya. Basically you dissolve into emptiness, and out of the state of emptiness, as the Dharmakaya that manifests as Rupakaya, isn't it? In the form of medicine Buddha. And so here, then the sadhana, main sadhana begins. Main sadhana is, sadhana means means to attain the state of medicine Buddha, means to take hold of identity of medicine Buddha. So it says out of emptiness. So there is nothing but emptiness. out of emptiness. What's the emptiness? It's Dharma Dhatu, it's selflessness.
là pháp giới,
But your selflessness is not nihilistic lack of self. But selflessness of conduct, of benevolent conduct of no self. But you're totally selflessly working for others. And then out of that selfless, benevolent motivation, which represent ultimate bodhicitta, you now manifest as a lotus and mundus. Lotus represents the relative bodhicitta, which is the flower, which is the lotus flower, untainted by the soil of samsara's karma and affliction. And on top of that, moon disk, full moon disk, represent ultimate bodhicitta. With the adequate relative bodhicitta, then you realize ultimate bodhicitta. You can never have ultimate bodhicitta without adequate relative bodhicitta. In Tibetan, without relying on the relative bodhicitta, you cannot realize the ultimate meaning. So, Vajrayana meditation skillfully uses the relative bodhicitta in the form of visual dharma of a full moon, a lotus flower, and ultimate bodhicitta in the form of visual full moon. Okay? On the seat of the full moon and the lotus, then so is one's own mind in the form of syllable hung. You know, a syllable hung. Syllable hung is the bija mantra, seed syllable. The seed syllable of the seed of the consciousness of Medicine Buddha. Well, syllable hung. Hung and blue, it doesn't say here, it's a blue syllable hung, and it accomplished two purposes. It said it accomplished two purposes. The two purposes, one is to honor the Buddhas, and another is to benefit sentient beings. So what does the light rays goes out to heal sentient beings, honor the Buddhas, and then it reabsorbs into the syllable hung, then instantaneously yourself manifests as the Blessed One, the King of healing, the Medicine Buddha. And the rest is iconography. Iconography means the iconic symbol. What is the symbol of Medicine Buddha that represents? Medicine Buddha is healing color of the lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is Bedruya Raja, we call Bedruya. Bedruya is a Sanskrit word for lapis lazuli, and so here the color is blue, you know, really dark blue, and dark blueness has the lapis lazuli has a very special healing quality. Most of the precious stones got special qualities, and lapis lazuli is the particular stone related healing Medicine Buddha. He's blue in color, but Medicine Buddha that you have become is not solid. It's all nature light. One face, two hands. He's one face and two hands, and the right hand is excellent granting gesture, means he's extending out, completely whole 5 fingers out, stretching on the right knee. That's correct. And granting excellence. Excellence is excellence of enlightenment. Yeah, getting good health is a common city. It's not an excellent city. Yeah? Real attainment is the excellence of enlightenment. So his right hand extending it out. His purpose is to give sentient beings ultimate healing. That is the ultimate healing is enlightenment. Yeah, temporary healing is absence of illness or even having illnesses but not complaining. You know, so don't think that when you're practicing Medicine Buddha you should be free of illness. You may have some illnesses, but you are much more accepting of the illnesses. You no longer complain and nag about your ill health. Because you can see the enormous suffering sentient beings have, so many diseases, whereas yours is a minuscule. And thus being able to tolerate that with great wisdom and not aversive to illness is some form of the excellent granting gesture symbolizes. You have the excellence of not complaining your illnesses. You have the excellence of not complaining something, and you just tolerate that. So right hand gesture is mudra, teaching. Is a mudra, right mudra is the Buddha's hand gesture is constantly teaching. So that's why we pay homage to the Buddha image. Right hand is excellent granting gesture, and left hand is in a meditative posture, but holding a medicinal plant called a myrobalan, and medicine Buddha is holding an alms ball. Alms ball is a very kind of a normal hand implements held by Shakyamuni Buddha, who always lived only on alms. Proper Buddhist monastics should live on alms, should not acquire or amass wealth, but rather only live on simple dana by people and making other people, helping, causing other people to do virtue. So medicine Buddha is holding in the left hand is alms ball filled with the nectar of immortality, and the medicinal plant that is placed on the top is just a symbol, but real medicine that Buddha dispense is not pills, Okay? Real medicine Buddha dispenses is knowledge, is pearl of wisdom. It's the Dharma, it's the true teachings that makes you to see, makes you to open your eyes, heal yourself from the conjunctivitis, and make you truly see the rudimentary cause of suffering and how to uncause the suffering. And you get that wisdom eye not to suffer. So the alms ball is actually begging people, soliciting people to practice medicine of understanding, medicine of self-discipline, medicine of wisdom. That's the real food. We eat so much food, but so hungry and starving. But those who really have the Dharma, they have so much contentment, and so little ill will. So even if they get upset a bit, they don't keep the ill will more than a few hours. Straight away they have the ability to solicit this virtue. So the alms ball is a self kind of reminder. Is an insignia of how to self-solicit the virtue of humility, of acceptance, of contentment, and all of that. So you shouldn't, you just alms bowl, we may offer some food, dana to Sangha, but main meaning of the Buddha holding alms bowl is that we should have that kind of contentment. And it's an appreciation and acceptance, and whatever people give or don't give, you just accept that. Whatever you just do, whatever people say, do the most menial work people don't want to do, you do. And with that humility, you show so much grace and humility and acceptance. That's the real meaning of the alms bowl, okay? Even if you have sickness, just accept that as your result of past life's karma. Let it exhaust your wrongdoings, and being able to think like that is better than pills, better than Panadols. Of course, temporarily you may want a Panadol instead, but just in case you couldn't get any Panadol because all the shops shut or whatever, an odd hour, just sit there and just deal with the pain. Buddha taught the Medicine Buddha Sutra in which the monks should meditate on the pain. What is pain? Did it exist permanently? Is it going to stay long? Is it me? Is it mine? Did it come from elsewhere? Did it arise? Did it cease? Did it remain? So you don't try to deny pain, but try to understand pain and its lack of inherent existence. So that's real alms bowl, alms bowl. Yeah, so you must meditate on the alms bowl
Ta cần phải
meditation.
thiền quán về cái bát khất thực
And
như vậy.
his body, and so that's the hand implements.
Và
Right
đó
hand
là
is
cái cử chỉ tay của Đức Phật
granting
Dược sư.
supreme excellence, left hand
Cử
holding
chỉ tay
alms
bố
bowl
thí
filled
và
with
cử chỉ
nectar
tay
of
để chỉ
immortality.
giữ
You know,
cái bình
immortality
bát
doesn't mean
chứa
deathlessness.
thuốc
It
trường
means that
sinh,
you
thuốc
don't
trường thọ.
die, you don't lose your spirit
Chúng ta
over
không
some
bị chết, chúng ta
problems.
không
You
bị
just
mất đi cái
relive.
tinh thần của mình.
You immortalize yourself.
Cái
Okay?
giống như là chúng ta có một cái cuộc
You
sống
don't get
trường thọ, vĩnh
defeated
cửu.
and bruised by the suffering, but you
Chúng ta
just
không bị
come
cái khổ đau
alive.
đó cuốn
Like
đi.
Buddha became so thirsty, so hungry.
Và Đức Phật không
He
bị
sat
đói,
there
không bị khát.
almost eating nothing for 6 years, but he became
Ngài không
so
ăn được, không ăn gì
immortal.
trong
Then
vòng 6
today we
năm.
have refuge in the Buddha
Nhưng bây
because
giờ thì chúng ta
his
có những cái
whole
hình ảnh Đức
nectar
Phật
of
rất là đẹp.
immortality, represented
Toàn bộ
by
cái
his
cam lồ của
incredible
Ngài được chứa trong cái bình
tapasya,
bát.
his amazing ability to endure the hardships, katup in Tibetan, enduring what is hard to do.
Chúng ta chấp nhận được với những cái việc
You know,
khó
these
khăn mà
days
chúng ta
people
đang làm.
don't want to do hard. They don't want to do retreat. They don't want to go
Họ
remote
có thể chấp
places.
nhận
They want the
cái việc
convenience
nhận thất.
of
Họ
air
không
conditioning.
chấp
They
nhận
want
nhận thất.
all the kind of
Muốn tất cả
five-star
những
kind
cái
of
tiện ích,
conveniences,
những cái khách sạn
yet
5
they
sao,
expect to
những cái
attain
điều thuận lợi.
realization. Very, very seldom chance.
Và họ sẽ có rất
Buddha
ít cơ hội
himself
để tiếp cận Phật Pháp.
endured the hardship.
Và Phật Pháp thì chấp nhận cái việc phải chịu
He
đựng khổ đau,
solicited the hardship
tu tập trong cô
and
quạnh
to
cô
teach
đơn.
him strength and
có được cái sức
courage
mạnh,
and
sự dũng cảm,
knowledge
kiến
and
thức
wisdom, and
và trí tuệ.
indeed it is all
Và
become
trên thực tế,
immortal
tất cả
realizations.
những điều đó
That's
thì
the
đều vô
meaning
cùng quan
of
trọng trong
the
cuộc sống này của chúng ta.
alms bowl filled with nectar of
Đó là
immortality.
ý nghĩa của cái bình bát.
You just
thực
think
với đầy
meditate
cam
on
lồ.
the alms bowl alone.
Chúng ta không phải
So
chỉ
therefore,
quán về cái
meditating
bình
on the
bát
form of medicine
cam lồ
Buddha,
đơn giản như
from
vậy.
his crown all the way to
Chúng ta quán
toes,
tưởng
lotus flower,
đỉnh đầu của
itself
Ngài
is a
cho
visual
đến
dharma to the feast of
đài
your
sen.
visual consciousness. Yeah, this I think. I'm a true believer in the Buddha Rupa, the Rupakaya manifestation of medicine Buddha. How healing it is just to lay your eyes before the Buddha and sit and meditate and know what they are and just focus your attention. You will allay all your childish thoughts, worries, anxiety. However many symptoms, illness there are, let them be for whatever it's going to exhaust the karma that needs to be exhausted. Okay, so that's the hand implement. Then his body is completely decorated by a major and 32 major and 80 minor marks, so 112 excellent marks. So these are all only Nirmanakaya. Excellent Nirmanakaya body has these 112 marks, yeah, and wearing 3 Dharma robes, just like a fully Nirmanakaya aspect. Nirmanakaya aspect wear 3 Dharma robes, yeah. Sambhogakaya wears other things on top of that. So Nirmanakaya, so that's the Rupakaya. Nirmanakaya, Rupakaya, 112 marks plus 3 Dharma robes. His 2 legs are seated in a diamond posture. So it means he's completely imperturbable, sitting there for the whether it rains or dries or cold or heat. No condition can stop him from doing what he's doing, as he did so under the Bodhi tree. So he sat there. Likewise, you should have this vigil to accept the illnesses as a result of one's own injuries and harm we cause to other sentient beings. Don't try to recover from illnesses. Just take on the sufferings of others. It's the taking the sufferings of others on your own is the real bodhisattva medicine. Trying to get rid of your illness is not a bodhisattva, you know. So you're sitting there in a cross-legged posture, and so that's the main medicine Buddha. And the medicine Buddha has 2 bodhisattvas, 2 entourages. On the right side is the bodhisattva, solar bodhisattva. Solar bodhisattva is yellow bodhisattva, who's yellow or orange color, and his left hand is holding a sun in his left hand, and he also a lotus and the sun, lotus, because it's a lotus and then sun is on top of that. That's his hand symbol. The sun is because everything under the solar and lunar is represented by these two bodhisattvas, solar and lunar bodhisattva. On the right side is solar bodhisattva holding a sun. On the left side is a lunar bodhisattva who's white color, whose left hand is holding a lotus and a moon. So these are what we call solar and lunar bodhisattvas. Some of you may have seen. This is the tanka. This is the tanka of solar. You can see on the right side is a solar bodhisattva, and the left side is lunar bodhisattva, white in color. Both of them, their left hand are holding a sun and moon, and then on the right hand they're paying. They are also doing the hand gesture of excellent granting gesture in the manner of paying respect to the medicine Buddha. So these are the three medicine Buddha with the two solar and lunar bodhisattvas. So therefore, you meditate yourself in three forms: solar, lunar, and medicine Buddha. And both of them are also beautifully covered in silks and precious ornaments. And they both are respecting towards, showing respect towards the Buddha, medicine Buddha, and they are both standing upright. Medicine Buddha is sitting on cross-legged posture. It is not specified, but the mount of medicine Buddha is usually peacock. You have peacock, you have lion, you have different kinds of animals that actually are the mounts of the thrones. Medicine Buddha's mount is peacock. Peacock is often likened in Buddhism that peacock does not get sick by eating poisonous plants, unlike crows and the like. Likewise, bodhisattvas do not get affected by other people's anger or jealousy or like that. They're able to utilize other people's anger and jealousy as a cause to remedy them by themselves. So the peacock is the mount of the medicine Buddha's throne. And then, after that's the visualizing yourself and two bodhisattvas. And then you have to visualize on the forehead and the throat and heart of each of the three has three seed syllables. White syllable Om on the forehead represents Vairochana Buddha. The red syllable A at the throat is Amitabha. And at the heart, blue syllable Hung represents Akshobhya. So these three are Kaya Vajra, Vaka Vajra, Chitta Vajra. So the body, speech, mind. The body represents all the Buddha's form activities. Vairochana. And speech means all speech that you say, you hear is all the sound of the mantra, Amitabha, and the heart is blue syllable Hung, the Akshobhya, imperturbable state of mind. Your mind is completely like a mountain, could not be moved or shaken by praise or belittling by other people. You don't look for praise, you don't reject disparagement. You remain motionless, Akshobhya. So, because Vajra means adamantine body, adamantine speech, adamantine mind. So, all three the forehead, the three are marked by Om, Ah, Hung. And then the rays of light issue from the syllable Hung, from all of the three, and they invoke all the bodhisattvas, Buddhas and bodhisattvas, the 10 directions. So these three, medicine Buddha with two bodhisattvas is called Samaya Sattva. So you are Samaya Sattva. Now you are invoking Jnana Sattva, wisdom beings. So rays of light shine from your heart, goes to the 10 directions, particularly pure realm of medicine Buddha, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas 10 directions. All of them are invoked in the form of the wisdom being, Jnana Sattva medicine Buddha, in the space above, and then you invoke them through mantra Om Vajra Samaja, the mudra of crossing your hand at the heart. And then as soon as they appear before you, and then you do the Za, Hum, Vam, Ho, by saying the Za, hook gesture, Hum, the rope gesture, Vam, the chain gesture, Ho, the bell gesture, then the Holy Spirit of Jnana Sattva, Medicine Buddha, fuses into you and met other two bodhisattvas and become one. Become inseparably one. So that is the fusion of wisdom being Jnana Sattva with the Samaya Sattva. So now you have truly become Samadhi Sattva. And then what is that? At the heart of yourself as a medicine Buddha, as a Mundis, on top of that, the syllable Hung. Around that is the mantra rosary, the mantra, medicine Buddha mantra, the heart chakra, and then you just visualize your main focus of concentration is on the syllable Hung. The syllable Hung, of course, syllable Hung can be divided into 3 parts or 5 parts, but if I may divide this into 3 parts, the lower part is main body, and then crescent is a 1, and the droplets nada. So these 3, visualizing this, and the dot inside is the Samadhi Sattva. Samadhi Sattva is the droplet. And so you visualize the mantra rays emitting from the syllable Hung, and then it causes the rest of mantra around the heart. Mantra rosary, rays of light radiate, and it does 2 things. It goes to honor the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas wherever they are, and it goes to heal all sentient beings, removes all of the 2 obscurations. So with that samadhi, with that meditative concentration, then you should imagine that all the blessings and boons and qualities and wisdoms and compassion and knowledge of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, blessings are magnetized and blesses into your heart chakra. So that's the samadhi, that's the meditative concentration, that's the primary meditative concentration, and then you should recite the mantra. So while reciting mantra, you should heal all sentient beings, honor all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and this in turn goes to boost your blessings and your positive qualities, compassion, in order to benefit all sentient beings. So with that in mantra, you recite the mantra, Tadyatha Om Beshaje, Beshaje, Maha Beshaje, Beshaje, Raja Samukate Soha. So you will find the Medicine Buddha mantra version few times, few different types. Some of them don't repeat that Beshaje twice, but others do. So I would like to repeat the Medicine Buddha mantra on Beshaje, first Beshaje, and second Beshaje, Maha Beshaje, third, and then again Beshaje, the fifth, Raja Samungata, the fifth. So the mantra is divided into 5 parts. 5 parts, and the main point of what the mantra is saying is homage to the healing, And Tadyatha means it is thus. Om means homage. Beshaja means through the healing king. Beshaja means healing king. So that is the first level of healing according to path of accumulation. And then second Beshaja is second level of healing, path of preparation. And then Mahabeshaja is path of seeing level of healing. And then Beshaja, now the fourth Beshaja is the path of meditation level healing. Then Raja Samudgate Soha. Raja Samudgate Soha. Raja means king, yeah? Samudgate means supreme being arising, the complete arising, you know. So complete healing. So completion healing is part of normal learning. So in that way you can sort of healing, because when you reach different levels of five paths, you actually reach different levels of enlightenment, and so you are in a path of accumulation, path of preparation. You're only suppressing the affliction. You haven't gotten rid of any of the obscuration of knowledge, afflictive obscuration. You haven't really gotten it. You just have suppressed them. When you have reached the path of seeing, which is the third healing, then you almost have gotten rid of like 116 gross obscurations. And then slowly, so therefore you should not see the medicine Buddha mantra as some kind of try to recover from some physical illnesses very quickly, so you get remove your symptoms. It may even happen there, but like in King Tizongde's son, by the merit of other people doing medicine Buddha mantra, he recovered. So that's just least of the benefit. The main benefit is to achieve these 5 levels of enlightenment, path of accumulation. So I urge you to all understand and study the Medicine Buddha Sadhana, Medicine Buddha Sutra in great detail. So that's the Om Beshaje Ma Beshaje Raja Samugade Soha. So that's the short mantra. So you recite that as maybe it's 21 times or whatever number times. As I mentioned, you know, if you just make a habit of reciting medicine Buddha mantra before you take your daily medicine, it's an incredible blessing. You would change your attitude. You're not just pill popping. You know, you're taking the medicine for the sake of curing all the illness in the world. Many people have no medicine, no medication. I know some people are taking expired medicine because that's all they can get. So we should not take granted for all the medicine we get easily in developed countries. So if possible, you can also do the long dharani. It says long dharani. Long dharani is there. And at the end, at the end of that, you visualize that the celestial, that the self-generated wisdom being, appears again, reappear in front of you as a shrine, as a merit field, so that you can make the 8 offerings, Om Beshaja Rajasa Parivara Aragam Padam, and so on. So you make the 8 offerings, and then you do the 1 verse praise, you know. I pay homage to Medicine Buddha of Lapis Lazuli light, because Medicine Buddha's color is Lapis Lazuli. Its color healing definitely is relevant here. So that victorious one who is equally compassionate to all. Medicine Buddha never gives up on even one difficult sentient beings. That's a real Medicine Buddha. And so mere hearing of whose name removes all the sufferings of 3 realms, all the sufferings of the 3 realms, and who clears away all the disease of 3 poison, greed, hate, ignorance. So we pay homage. So that's a 1 verse prayer. And then you make the prayers that the great Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat Samyak Sambuddha, the Medicine Buddha, May you bestow upon us common and excellent cities. Common is the ordinarily lack of illness would be common. Healthy, being healthy is a common city. A lot of people have been healthy all their life, couldn't believe. They should always rejoice how healthy they have been and not do any harm or injury or killing of any living beings. So if you're a practitioner of medicine Buddha, you should not harm directly to any sentient beings, particularly injure their life or feelings, not intentionally anyway. So that's one of the qualities of medicine Buddha practitioner is kindness and healing. You should always try to heal. Karmically, physically, verbally, behaviorally, you should heal something between you and your dad, you and your neighbor, you and your friend. You shouldn't still hold that ill will over that issue. That's a very important one. You will have a common city of no longer holding grudge. That's a really good, excellent city. Then it comes with it. You don't ask medicine Buddha to grant you, but you got to cognitively realize how not to do that yourself. It's a very, very important teachings. And so with this praise and supplication, then you say Om Vajra Mu, and visualize that two retinue bodhisattvas, solar and lunar bodhisattvas, dissolve into yourselves. And you also have Om on your forehead, Ah on your throat, Hum on your heart, and you should then return to your medicine Buddha incognito, and then remain in the post-meditation period. And then you do the dedication of merits, as usual, after you have done the sadhana, and most importantly, as a quality of person who practicing medicine Buddha is not always try to stay free of illnesses, but always think of others who are sicker than you, who have no medicine, no health cover. Think of them, and then be bold and strong, and I don't mean to ignore your health or eat the wrong stuff or whatever. Of course, you should take every precaution to change your behavior, food, and conduct, because a lot of sickness is caused by bad diet, bad lack of exercise, eating too much meat or too much fatty, too much, or drinking the kind of things that Buddha discouraged. So if you are a true Buddhist, you should give up eating and doing the wrong things that are totally against the teachings, according to your level. Then you truly bear the mark of Om on your forehead, Ah on your throat, Hung at the heart, which means that post-meditation you should see everyone as a medicine Buddha's subject, if not medicine Buddha. And so it means you have to treat all sentient beings as a patient and you as the doctor. Any one of you out there as medicine Buddha practitioner, if you are a health practitioner, as a carer, a nurses, a doctor, you should treat your patient with not just professionally, but really with kindness. And on top of your skill, medical skill, you should really give them with the best of your ability. Even if you stay back half an hour, half a longer, or for your patient, and look in the eyes and really make them feel you care about them. Don't treat them as a number. Treat them as a real people. Often we find that when you go to see physicians or they really wanted to get rid of you so quickly so that they can get another patient. You can see that if you are among such a health practitioner, you will suffer terrible illness within very short time. Karma is so fast, so therefore have that kind of syllable Om on your forehead. And syllable I in the throat is that you should always speak that is healing, that is calming, that is soothing, that is very, very diplomatic, that is very, very healing and encouraging and praising. Never use harsh, hurtful, divisive abusive language. That's a matter of, that's the meaning of having
Đó là ý
syllable
nghĩa
on your
của
throat.
việc có chữ A bên cổ họng của chúng ta.
A little syllable hung in your heart
Và
is
chủng từ
that
hung ở
you
nơi tim của
should
chúng
seal
ta.
your heart
Chúng ta phải thấy
never to
rằng
do
là
ill will and
không bao giờ
resentment
có tà ý, tà kiến,
and greediness, and
không bao giờ
always
tham lam,
practice generosity,
luôn luôn
contentment,
thực hành bố
and
thí,
forgiveness. That's
xa
a real
tha thứ,
hung, you know.
thì đó thực sự là chỗ
So
hung ở tim
some
của
people
chúng ta.
might even
Một số
tattoo their
người
own
thường
on the forehead,
nghĩ và
tattoo the
cái
throat
chạm vào
on.
chữ ôm,
But
chữ
real
A,
tattoo is
nhưng
that
mà cái
you
việc
try
xúc
to
chạm đấy thực
abstain
sự là
from
loại bỏ
causing injury,
các cái
harm,
nhân gây hại
hurt,
cho những chúng sinh
physically,
khác,
verbally, mentally
cả
to
về
anyone.
mặt thân xác
Instead, you
cũng như là
try
về
to
mặt
do
lời nói.
healing,
Thay
kind,
vì đó,
compassionate
chúng ta hãy
acts with
thực
great
hành những hành
care
động tử tế,
and
chăm
tender,
sóc, yêu
loving
thương,
kindness. And
dịu
that's the
dàng,
real
tử
medicine
tế.
Buddha.
Thì đó thực sự là Phật Dược
So
sư.
with this, we will
Như
conclude
vậy,
here.
như vậy,
Thank you
với
very
nội dung
much
như vậy là thầy
to
sẽ kết thúc ở đây.
everyone
Thầy xin cảm ơn tất cả quý vị
who
đạo
have
hữu,
given
những
their
người
time
đã
to
dành thời
be
gian
here with everyone
để tham dự buổi
and
giảng pháp tối ngày hôm nay
and listen to the
và lắng
teachings
nghe
and do
giáo
the
pháp,
translations.
lắng nghe cái lời dịch.
And these are very good things we can
Và
all
đây là
do,
một điều
you
rất là
know.
tốt đẹp mà chúng ta có thể làm cùng
So
nhau.
that's why
Do vì
Sakya
sao
Friends
Pháp hữu Sakya
continue
đã tiếp
activities
tục các
that
hoạt
we
động này
makes we
để
have good karma
giúp cho
to
chúng
be
ta
bonded
có những
is
cái kết
a
nối với nghiệp
good
tốt,
thing. The
để
world
kết
is
nối với những điều
suffering
tốt
and
đẹp.
battered
Thế giới đang
really
bị khổ
badly
đau
through greed, hatred, and
và
ignorance. We
vì
know that,
tham lam, sân giận
and
và vô
it's
minh.
such a high time that we need the
Đây là một
Dharma
cái khoảng
more
thời gian
than
mà chúng ta
anything.
cần giáo pháp hơn bất cứ khi nào
Dharma
khác.
of knowledge,
Giáo pháp về
Dharma of
kiến thức,
realization,
giáo
not
pháp về
cultural.
sự nhận thức.
There's too much culture Buddhism.
Và có quá thứ,
People
có nhiều
aren't
thứ văn
really
hóa Phật giáo.
practicing the
Chúng ta cần
Dharma,
phải
the
thực sự
medicine.
thực hành
The medicine
giáo
Buddha,
pháp
real
như
medicine
là
Buddha
thuốc chữa lành.
is
Phật
remembering
Dược
the
sư,
Buddha
chúng ta ghi nhớ Đức Phật
and
Dược sư,
remembering Bodhicitta,
chúng ta ghi nhớ
not
Bồ Đề Tâm,
forgetting the right
không
view,
quên chánh
that
kiến,
everything is
mọi thứ
impermanent.
đều vô
Don't worry
thường,
anything.
không có cái gì
It
là
will change
thường
you
hằng
to
và vĩnh
become
viễn
strong
cả. Và chúng ta
and
sẽ trở nên mạnh
wise
mẽ
and not attached.
và chúng ta không bám chấp.
You know, it's not the thing that is too bad, but
Không có cái gì
it's
là
the
quá
thing that
xấu.
you aversion to it
Nhưng
is
mà
bad.
chúng ta có
If
những
you
thứ
don't
chúng ta
have
nghĩ là
aversion,
xấu.
there's nothing that is bad in itself.
Chẳng có cái gì là
That's
tự
a
xấu
real
cả.
medicine.
Đó
That's
chính
not
là
a pill.
nó chính là
Some
thuốc chữa
people
lành.
take 6-7 pills
Mọi
every
người
morning,
uống 6-7
but
viên thuốc
still-
một buổi sáng,
still no medicine, you
nhưng
know.
mà vẫn
But
chẳng
if you
có thuốc gì
remember
cả. Bởi vì
impermanence,
chúng ta
if
nếu
you
mà chúng ta ghi
remember
nhớ vô thường,
bodhicitta,
nếu
if
chúng
you
ta ghi
remember
nhớ
the
Bồ Đề Tâm,
qualities
nếu
of
như
the
chúng ta
Buddha,
nhớ phẩm
you
tánh của
remember
Phật,
the vows of
chúng ta
the
nhớ
12
những lời
vows
thệ
of the
nguyện,
medicine
12
Buddha,
cái lời thệ nguyện của Đức
and
Phật Dược
if
sư,
you
thì
practice
chúng ta thực hành
abstention from
loại
doing
bỏ những cái hành
harmful
động
physically,
gây
verbally,
hại về
mentally,
mặt thân,
that's a
khẩu,
real
ý của
medicine.
chúng ta, thì đó thực sự là
That's the
thuốc
real
chữa lành.
Dharma.
Đó thực sự là giáo pháp.
Often people do many hours
Thông
of
thường
chanting
mọi
or
người
sitting
dành
or
rất nhiều thời
whatever,
gian
whatever.
để chịu tụng.
But out of the session, they
Khi
become
mà ra
like a
khỏi cái phiên
prisoner
thực hành
set
như vậy,
free, you know.
họ giống như là
And
một
then
cái
there's
tù nhân
that
được giải
kind
thoát.
of a culture Buddhism
Và đó là cái
is
thứ văn
not
hóa Phật giáo,
relevant in the 21st century.
nó không phù hợp trong thế kỷ 21.
So if we
Do vậy,
wanted
nếu mà
people
chúng ta
to
thực sự muốn
really understand Dharma,
hiểu giáo
we
pháp,
need to practice healing
cần
every
phải
day.
thực hành
We need to
chữa
look
lành
in the
hàng ngày.
eyes and really offer our
Chúng ta
confession,
luôn luôn phải
really
sám hối.
forgive them,
Chúng ta luôn luôn
and
phải
say
tha
something
thứ,
genuinely from your
Chúng
heart.
ta cần phải nói
And
những
that
lời
is
dịu
the
dàng,
real
yêu
medicine.
thương từ trái tim của chúng ta.
You
Thì
wouldn't
đó thực
believe
sự
if
là Phật
some
Dược
third
sư.
person were watching you to do
Chúng ta
that,
không cần phải
it
có một
will
người thứ ba để chứng
inspire
kiến
them,
những việc
it
ta
will give
làm.
them hope. I
Chúng
too
ta-
will take up this kind of
ta-
humane
bản thân chúng ta
behavior,
hãy thay đổi
cognitive
cái
behavior therapy,
hành
they
xử của
call it.
mình.
I mean, cognitive means you got to be consciously be
Chúng ta cần
aware,
phải nhận
and
thức
then you
được
got
tâm
to
thức
be,
của chúng ta.
you got to change your
Chúng ta cần phải
behavior,
thay đổi cái hành vi ứng
and
xử
that
của
will
chúng ta.
transform you.
Thì điều đó sẽ
Buddha
chuyển hóa
doesn't
chúng ta.
transform you.
Đức Phật không chuyển hóa chúng ta.
Statues doesn't transform
Tượng Phật
you.
không chuyển hóa chúng ta.
They don't. I mean, some
Họ
people
không
think
chuyển
the
hóa chúng ta.
statues cry or
Nhiều người
weep,
nghĩ rằng là Phật
shed
khóc,
tears,
tượng
but
Phật
so
khóc,
what, you know?
tượng có nước mắt.
We should cry
Nhưng mà chính chúng
of
ta
our
cần phải khóc
selfishness.
vì cái sự
We
ích kỷ,
should
tham lam của chúng ta.
really have a
Chúng
good
ta cần phải
quarrel with
có-
our own arrogance.
cần
That
phải
is
nhận
the
thức
tear
được
we
cái sự,
haven't dropped.
sự ngạo mạn, sự ngạo nghễ của chúng ta.
So we
Do
really
vậy
need
là
to
chúng ta cần
emotionally
phải
change our
thay đổi
attitudes,
cái thái độ của chúng
perceptions,
ta, cái nhận thức của chúng
opinions,
ta, cái ý kiến của chúng
from
ta,
hate to
từ
lack
cái
of
việc
hate.
sân giận
and from anger to lack of anger, and jealousy to lack of jealousy, and then feel the incredible healing, incredible absence of sadness, absence of nightmare, absence of ill will, absence of the bad memory. This is real medicine, Buddha. This will wake you up, make you grow wise and kind, and truly rediscover the refuge in the Triple Gem. And today's empowerment, you had that opportunity, didn't you? His Holiness said it's very important to take refuge and renew your refuge in the bodhicitta. And that was the preliminary part of the empowerment. And when you do the sadhana, that's what you're just rehearsing that. And I'm sure this is why we are all here, so connected to do these teachings. And sadhana, thank you very much. May you always be well and happy, and thank you very much. I'll do the short dedication merit in Tibetan. Semjen neva jinya ba nyurdo nele da jejin rewe nene mala Tao Dun Jungwa Meba Yudu Sun Shibi Jawa Tam Ji Ngawa Gang Lao Chodu Ngawa Dagi Gewe Zawan De Gunja Zombo Jiji Rao Dun Ngawa Jiro Chanju Simjo Rinpoche Ma Je Banam Jejir Je Jeba Nyamba Meba Kone Gondun Beba Jo Donye Dawa Rinpoche Ma Je Banam Jejir Je Jeba Nyamba Kone Gondun Beba Jo. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next time.
Thầy xin cảm ơn tất cả quý vị đạo hữu và hẹn gặp lại quý vị ở các buổi pháp tiếp theo. Thank you very much, Rinpoche là. Xin được tùy hỷ công đức của tất cả các quý vị đạo hữu và xin hẹn gặp lại các quý vị đạo hữu trong các buổi pháp tiếp theo. Xin chúc các đạo hữu luôn mạnh khỏe và bình an. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.